Isn't it frustrating you wake up? The first thing you do is clear your throat. And there it is again. That persistent mucus. It feels like it's always there. Day after day. You wonder, is this just how it is now that I'm older? It can be embarrassing, disruptive, and frankly, just plain uncomfortable. Maybe you cough during conversations, during meals, or it keeps you awake at night. You might worry people think you're sick, or that it means something serious is wrong. This isn't something most people talk about openly, but it's a reality for so many of us over 60. That feeling of needing to cough, to clear your airways constantly, can really impact your quality of life. What if I told you it doesn't always have to be this way? What if some of the things contributing to it are surprisingly simple, and the solutions are even simpler? Natural changes you can make right at home in this video. We're going to explore some common reasons why this happens as we get older, and, more importantly, dive into practical, natural ways you can find relief. We'll look at easy adjustments to your daily routine and some surprising things you might not have considered that could make a real difference. So please, stick around and watch all the way to the end, because there might just be something that truly surprises you and helps you feel more comfortable and confident in your own skin. Let's start by looking at perhaps the most fundamental element when it comes to managing mucus: how well you're keeping yourself hydrated. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Drink more water, I already do. But it goes a little deeper than just sipping now and then. As we age, our sense of thirst can actually diminish, meaning we might not feel thirsty until we're already a bit dehydrated. And many common medications we might be taking for blood pressure, allergies, or other conditions can have a drying effect on our bodies. When your body is even slightly dehydrated, the mucus it produces becomes thicker, stickier, and much harder to clear. Think of trying to clear thick mud versus a thin liquid. Thicker mucus just sits there, feeling heavy and irritating, prompting that constant urge to cough it up. It becomes a cycle. Dehydration leads to thick mucus. Thick mucus is hard to clear. The effort of coughing can sometimes be drying itself, continuing the problem. So, really focusing on hydration is about making the mucus thinner and easier for your body to handle naturally. But what does focusing on hydration actually mean in practice? It's not just about downing 8 glasses of plain water a day if that feels like a chore, or makes you run to the bathroom constantly. It's about finding enjoyable ways to consistently get fluids throughout the day. Warm liquids can be particularly soothing and helpful for thinning mucus. Think about starting your day with a warm mug of herbal tea, perhaps peppermint or ginger, which have the added benefit of being naturally comforting for the throat and digestive system. Sip on warm water with a slice of lemon throughout the morning. Lemon isn't just for flavor. Some people find the slight acidity helps cut through mucus. Broth, especially warm chicken or vegetable broth, is another excellent way to hydrate and provides electrolytes, which are important for your body's balance. Even something as simple as warm milk, though we'll touch on dairy later, can be soothing for some. Though it's important to listen to your own body. The key is consistency. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. Try to get into the habit of having a small amount of fluid every hour or so. Keep a water bottle or a thermal mug of warm tea nearby as you go about your day. When you're reading, watching television, or working on a hobby, make it a visual cue. See the bottle. Take a sip. If plain water feels boring, infuse it with natural flavors like cucumber, mint, or berries. These small additions can make hydration feel less like a task and more like a refreshing treat. Beyond just water and warm drinks, certain foods contribute significantly to your overall hydration. Juicy fruits and vegetables like watermelon, cucumbers, strawberries, and oranges have high water content and can add to your daily fluid intake. Making a smoothie is another fantastic way to combine hydration with nutrients. Just be mindful of adding too much sugar, which can sometimes be counterproductive. It's also worth thinking about when you hydrate. Sipping fluids throughout the day is generally better than trying to drink a lot all at once. Having a glass of water before each meal can be a good reminder and helps with digestion. Finishing your day with a warm drink before bed can be a relaxing ritual. Just trying not to drink so much right before sleeping that it disrupts your rest with bathroom trips. What about drinks that might work against hydration? Things like caffeinated coffee and tea, and especially alcoholic beverages, can have a diuretic effect, meaning they can make you lose fluids, while you don't necessarily have to cut them out entirely. Being mindful of them is important. For every cup of coffee or alcoholic drink you have, try to balance it by drinking an equal amount of water. Sugary drinks and sodas aren't great for hydration either and can sometimes contribute to inflammation, which might not help with mucus issues. So, the first major natural strategy is truly prioritizing and being mindful of your hydration, especially with warm fluids. Throughout the day, it helps thin the mucus you produce, making it much easier for your body's natural clearing mechanisms to work. It's a simple change, but its impact on that persistent cough can be significant. Think of your airways like a gentle stream. You want the water flowing smoothly, not bogged down with thick sediment. Staying well hydrated helps keep that stream flowing freely. And this leads us naturally to thinking about another area that has a huge impact on your body's mucus production and how you feel, what you choose to eat and avoid. Now, let's talk about what you put on your plate and how it might be affecting that persistent mucus. Just like how hydration is key, certain foods can either help thin mucus or potentially make it thicker and more bothersome. While the science on this isn't always black and white for everyone, many people find that certain dietary adjustments can make a noticeable difference. One of the most commonly discussed food groups in relation to mucus is dairy. Things like milk, cheese, and yogurt. For some individuals, dairy seems to increase mucus production or make existing mucus feel thicker and more difficult to clear. It's not a universal truth. Plenty of people consume dairy with no mucus issues. But if you've noticed that your coughing seems worse after having a large glass of milk or a creamy dish, it might be worth experimenting. Trying an elimination trial can be revealing. This means consciously reducing or cutting out dairy for a couple of weeks to see if you notice any change in your mucus situation. If you do, you can then decide if limiting dairy is something you want to continue. There are so many dairy alternatives available now: almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, coconut milk, that it's easier than ever to find substitutes for your coffee, cereal, or cooking. Just be mindful of added sugars in some of these alternatives. When you're trying this, pay close attention not just to the amount of mucus, but also its consistency and how easy or hard it is to cough up. Beyond dairy, some people report that sugary foods and refined carbohydrates can also contribute to inflammation in the body, which might indirectly affect mucus production. Think about the feeling you get after eating a lot of sugary snacks or processed foods. Sometimes it can feel a bit congesting. Focusing on a diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats generally supports overall health, including respiratory health. Antioxidant-rich foods like berries, leafy greens, and colorful vegetables can help reduce inflammation throughout the body. Foods with natural expectorant properties can be particularly helpful. Expectorants are substances that help loosen mucus and make it easier to cough up. Ginger is a fantastic example. You can add fresh ginger to stir-fries, soups, or make a soothing ginger tea. Simply slice fresh ginger root. Simmer it in hot water for a few minutes. Strain, and add a little honey if you like. Garlic is another powerhouse, known for its potential immune-boosting and anti-inflammatory properties. Incorporating fresh garlic into your cooking regularly can be beneficial. Turmeric, the bright yellow spice common in curries, contains curcumin, a compound with strong anti-inflammatory effects. Combining turmeric with black pepper enhances its absorption. You can add it to cooking. Make a golden milk latte with warm milk or a milk alternative, or even take it as a supplement. Though it's always best to discuss supplements with your doctor. Honey has been used for centuries as a natural remedy for coughs and sore throats. It's known for its soothing properties and can help coat the throat, reducing irritation that might trigger coughing. A spoonful of local honey can be taken directly or stirred into warm tea. Look for raw, local honey if possible, as it may contain beneficial enzymes and local pollens. However, remember, honey is a sugar. so use it in moderation, especially if you're managing blood sugar levels. Pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain, which is thought to have anti-inflammatory and mucolytic properties, meaning it can help break down mucus. Eating fresh pineapple or drinking fresh pineapple juice without added sugar might offer some relief. Spicy foods containing capsaicin, like chili peppers, can sometimes help thin mucus and clear nasal passages. Think about how your nose runs when you eat something spicy. That effect can sometimes extend to your airways. However, spicy foods can also trigger acid reflux in some people, and acid reflux can be a significant contributor to chronic cough and mucus, so it's important to pay attention to how your body reacts. Speaking of acid reflux, this is a really important connection many people overlook when dealing with chronic cough and mucus, especially as we get older. Sometimes, stomach acid can creep up into the esophagus, the tube connecting your mouth to your stomach, especially when you lie down or bend over. This can irritate the lining of your throat and airways, leading to increased mucus production and a persistent cough as your body tries to clear the irritation. This is often called LPR, or silent reflux, because you might not experience the typical heartburn associated with GERD. You might just have a sore throat, a hoarse voice, a feeling of a lump in your throat, or that constant need to clear mucus and cough. Managing acid reflux can involve dietary changes, avoiding trigger foods like fatty or fried foods, citrus, chocolate, caffeine, alcohol, and peppermint. Not eating right before bed. Try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before lying down, and elevating the head of your bed slightly. Even sleeping on your left side is sometimes recommended, as it can help keep stomach acid down. If you suspect acid reflux might be contributing to your cough and mucus, it's definitely worth discussing with your doctor, as there are also medical treatments available that can help manage it. But exploring these natural lifestyle adjustments first can make a big difference for many people. So, beyond just hydration, carefully considering your diet, experimenting with reducing dairy and sugar, incorporating natural expectorants like ginger, garlic, and turmeric, and being mindful of potential reflux triggers forms a crucial part of managing that persistent mucus naturally. These changes are about nourishing your body in a way that supports clearer airways, making that daily struggle with coughing a little bit easier. Now, let's think about how your environment and even your own breathing can play a role. Beyond what you eat and drink, the air you breathe and how you breathe, it can significantly impact mucus production and your body's ability to clear it. First, let's consider the air quality in your home. Dry air, especially during winter months when heating is on, can dry out your mucous membranes. This sounds counterintuitive because we're talking about too much mucus, but dry membranes can become irritated and signal the body to produce more mucus to compensate, or the mucus that is produced becomes thick and hard to clear. Using a humidifier in your bedroom at night can be incredibly helpful. Maintaining a humidity level of around 40 to 50% can keep your airways moist, making mucus thinner and easier to cough up. Just be sure to clean the humidifier regularly, according to the manufacturer's instructions, to prevent mold and bacteria growth, which could cause other problems. On the flip side, air that is too humid can also be problematic, especially if it encourages mold or dust mites, common allergens that can trigger coughing and mucus production in sensitive individuals. Speaking of allergens, irritants in the air are a major factor. Dust, pollen, pet dander, smoke, even third-hand smoke on clothing, strong perfumes, cleaning products, and air fresheners can all irritate your airways and cause increased mucus. Identifying and minimizing your exposure to these irritants is key. Regularly cleaning and dusting your home, using HEPA filters in your vacuum and air purifier, washing bedding frequently in hot water, and avoiding strong chemical sprays can make a big difference. If you live with a smoker, finding ways to create smoke-free zones or encouraging them to smoke outside is vital for your respiratory health. Even wood-burning fireplaces or stoves can release particulates that irritate airways. Sometimes, the issue isn't just external irritants, but internal ones. Consider your breathing patterns. Many people, especially as they age or if they have underlying respiratory conditions, develop shallow or upper chest breathing habits. Efficient breathing uses the diaphragm, the large muscle below your lungs, to draw air deep into your lungs, deeper. Diaphragmatic breathing not only ensures you get enough oxygen, but can also help move air more effectively through your airways, potentially helping to loosen mucus naturally. Simple breathing exercises can be very beneficial. One easy technique is called pursed lip breathing. You simply inhale slowly through your nose as if smelling something, and then exhale slowly and deliberately through pursing your lips like you're going to whistle, making the exhale twice as long as the inhale. This helps keep your airways open longer, allowing more air exchange and potentially helping to expel trapped air or mucus. Practicing this for a few minutes several times a day can strengthen your lungs and improve your breathing efficiency. Another technique is diaphragmatic breathing. Sit or lie comfortably with one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen just below your rib cage. Breathe in slowly through your nose, feeling your abdomen rise while your chest remains relatively still. Exhale slowly through pursed lips, feeling your abdomen gently fall inward. This exercise takes practice to become natural, but it can significantly improve lung capacity and help clear airways. Posture also plays a surprising role. Slouching or hunching over compresses your lungs and makes it harder to take full, deep breaths. Poor posture can also potentially contribute to acid reflux by putting pressure on your abdomen. Trying to maintain good posture, sitting or standing tall with your shoulders back and relaxed, allows your lungs to expand more fully and your diaphragm to work more efficiently. Even when you're sleeping, elevating your head slightly using an extra pillow or a wedge pillow can help with both potential reflux and drainage. Gentle movement and light exercise, even just a brisk walk, can also help loosen mucus. When you move, your breathing naturally deepens, and the increased airflow can help shift secretions in your lungs and airways, making them easier to cough up. It's a natural expectorant. If you have a period where you feel particularly congested with mucus, taking a short walk or doing some gentle stretching can sometimes help things start to move. Steam is another time-honored natural remedy for congestion and thick mucus. Inhaling steam helps to warm and moisten the airways and thin mucus. You can do this simply by taking a hot shower or bath and breathing in the steam. Or, a more direct method is steam inhalation. Carefully lean over a bowl of hot water not boiling with a towel draped over your head to create a tent, and breathe in the steam for 5 to 10 minutes. Be extremely careful to avoid burning yourself. Adding a few drops of eucalyptus or peppermint essential oil, ensure they are pure and suitable for inhalation. And if you have any respiratory conditions like asthma or COPD, check with your doctor first, as some oils can be irritating, can enhance the effect, as these oils are often thought to help open airways and loosen mucus. So, addressing environmental factors like air quality and allergens, practicing mindful breathing techniques and maintaining good posture, incorporating gentle movement, and using steam are all natural strategies that complement dietary and hydration adjustments. They focus on making your airways happier and more efficient at managing the mucus they naturally produce. All these small changes work together, creating a holistic approach to finding relief from that bothersome daily cough. It's not about finding one magic bullet, but about building a collection of helpful habits. We've covered a lot of ground, from the absolute essential of staying well hydrated, focusing particularly on warm drinks to thin mucus, to exploring how adjusting your diet, being mindful of things like dairy and sugar while incorporating natural helpers like ginger, garlic, and turmeric can make a difference. We've also discussed the importance of managing potential acid reflux, which is a surprisingly common culprit behind chronic cough, and looked at how improving your air quality, practicing simple breathing exercises, maintaining good posture, and using steam can all contribute to easier breathing and a less bothersome mucus. It might seem like a lot to take in, but remember, you don't have to do everything at once. The most important thing is to start with 1 or 2 things that resonate with you and seem manageable. Maybe it's simply committing to starting your day with a warm mug of tea or keeping a water bottle handy throughout the day. Perhaps it's trying that pursed lip breathing technique for a few minutes before you get out of bed. Or maybe you want to experiment with cutting back on dairy for a week. Small, Consistent steps are much more sustainable and effective in the long run than trying to overhaul everything at once. Think of these natural approaches as supporting your body's own incredible ability to heal and regulate itself. Your body is designed to produce mucus to protect your airways, trap irritants, and keep tissues moist. When that system goes into overdrive, or the mucus becomes too thick, it's a sign that something is a little out of balance. These natural strategies are about helping to restore that balance, making the mucus less problematic and easier for your body to handle discreetly. It's about working with near Moitzen diskusdan worky buffetors. Man sashawi dandur. Yours tasho is teeny baton du will for it. Where you were just so gambur. Min can do what you san korea. Was body ruchu the nudge, not against it. Finding relief from that persistent daily cough and mucus can truly improve your quality of life. It can give you back the confidence to speak without interruption, the comfort to sleep through the night, and the ability to enjoy your days without that constant physical distraction. It might take a little time and experimentation to figure out which combinations of these natural approaches work best for you. And that's perfectly okay. Everyone's body is a little different. Be patient and kind to yourself as you try things out. Of course, it's always important to listen to your body and consult with your doctor about any persistent symptom, especially if your cough is new, changing, accompanied by other symptoms like shortness of breath, chest pain, or unexplained weight loss, or if these natural methods don't provide relief. They can help rule out any underlying medical conditions that might need different treatment. But for many people dealing with that, frustrating. Everyday mucus cough that seems to be a new reality after 60. These natural strategies offer a powerful path towards finding comfort and control. Remember, aging is a natural process, and while some things change, it doesn't mean you have to accept discomfort or limitations. By understanding common issues like persistent mucus and exploring simple, natural solutions, you can continue to live a full, vibrant, and comfortable life. Making these small, conscious choices about how you hydrate, what you eat, the air you breathe, and how you move can make a world of difference. We're all navigating this journey of getting older and figuring out the best ways to take care of ourselves. If any of these tips resonated with you, or if you have your own natural remedies or experiences with this issue, I'd love to hear from you. Sharing our experiences can help others in this community find their own path to feeling better. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you thought or what has worked for you. If you found this video helpful and encouraging, please give it a thumbs up. It helps other people who are struggling with the same issue find this information. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We cover all sorts of topics aimed at helping you navigate life after 60 with confidence, health, and happiness. There's so much more we can learn and share together. Thank you for watching. And here's to breathing easier and living your best life at every age.